Hi, this is Mike Schultz with Hatch Outdoors Pro Staff and Schultz Outfitters. Today I want to talk to you about some presentation-specific rigs that we do here in the Great Lakes. There's a lot of different ways, several different ways to fish for Great Lakes steelhead, one of which, and probably one of the most effective ways, is vertical nymphing. So what we're going to talk about is building the setup that I prefer to use when I'm indicator fishing a variety of different rivers here in the Great Lakes. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go out and you're going to pick up a variety of different types of mono and fluorocarbon. Okay, starting with a butt section where you're going to use the Hatch 30-pound blue, and then you're going to drop it down to a section of 16-pound in the teal, and then you're going to drop it down to some fluorocarbon, which is the red label. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a butt section of the 30-pound blue. I'm going to tie a perfection loop on the end of it, and you got to remember what you're doing with this. You're going to be fishing this on a switch rod, so it's going to be a longer rod in the 10 to 11 foot range. You're going to have a technique specific line attached to that, and then here you go onto the business end, which is the leader. So butt section, 30-pound in the blue. You're going to go perfection loop. That's going to be vary between 18 inches, 24 inches, depending on the length of your rod. You're going to go to an Albright knot, and that's going to connect onto that 16-pound teal. Along this section is where you're going to slide your leader or your indicator up and down. Okay, so the indicator, depending on where you're fishing, depending on the size of the river, the speed of the current, the time of the year, many different factors, you're going to have different lengths of this depending on the flows. So what I'm going to do off that, I'm going to have this section that could be anywhere between 4, 5, maybe even 6 feet if you're on some of the larger rivers, where you're going to be able to slide your indicator, whether it be an oval shaped fill ice and fly, or a more modern float that you're seeing these days like a Drennan or a Blackbird Phantom. You're able to slide that up and down and adjust. Off of that, you're going to drop down from the monofilament to the fluorocarbon. Where that connects, you're going to use a blood knot, and you're going to leave that 16-pound teal tag hanging off there. And what you're going to do, once you get your rig all set up, you're going to attach some split shot, usually just one on there. Off of that, you're going to drop down to some 12-pound fluorocarbon. Okay, and this section again is going to vary just like that top section depending on the size of the river. So it could be anywhere from 24 inches to 36. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to keep that long 12-pound tag a little bit longer there. You're going to tie a little half-hitch knot in there, and you're going to be able to put your shot on there. Could be 2-shot, could be 3-shot. Again, all dependent on the water you're fishing, the speed and the depth. Off of that, you're going down to your tippet, and what that would be something like a 10-pound in the red, and that could be anywhere between 12, like I'm looking at here, up to 18, up to 24. You're going to tie on your egg or your nymph or your little minnow or whatever you're fishing, a leech. Off of that, you're going to put on another section, usually a little bit lighter. In this case, we're using 8-pound of the red label, and that's going to vary anywhere between 24 and say 30 inches. General rule of thumb is the length of the longest fish that you plan on catching. So steelhead in the Great Lakes, you're going to be anywhere 26 to 30 to 32, 33 inches. Stretch that out, then when you're fighting the fish, you're not wrapping the fish up in the nymphs or the eggs or the minnows. For more information on this rig and whatnot, you got to check out hatchoutdoors.com and support your local fly shop.